Good morning, thanks for tuning in today. So yeah, it's a nice cool morning here in Indiana. It's like 55 degrees, supposed to get up to like 70, 75 today, but it's gonna be a perfect day to work on the house, which is what we're doing today. So went down and got me some breakfast because it's gonna be a long day. But yeah, so the title of this video, somebody did paint on our house. The house that Cheryl and I are getting ready to, or not getting ready to, we are remodeling so we can move into to be our future house. And yeah, so somebody painted on it and I'll show y'all. Boom. So for those of you who don't know, this house used to be white like that door, and now it is like a greenish color, and I think the white was called an antique white, something like that. So that white door right there will not be there much longer. It's getting replaced and it will end up kind of looking like that trim. I don't know if y'all can tell, but an antique white. So yeah, somebody painted on our house. It was legit. We had it done. I have a family friend who does that, and so he came over and you know, painted it for us. I think it looks pretty good. Now, for what I really want to show y'all is what we have been working on, and it is this entryway. Okay, so as I come around in the front of the house, I'll put a picture up right here of what the front of the house used to look like. So you can see it just had a little bit of a overhang on the front, like a little roof over that concrete slab, and it was just pretty plain Jane. It was white, had some white pillars and whatnot, and had a little bit of a sidewalk, which in the very first video y'all seen that we tore the sidewalk up. But now this is what the front of it looks like. So here's our new sidewalk. Our old sidewalk was a little narrower here. It didn't flare out, and it also went that way instead of this way. So this one curves around and goes up to our new step, which goes up to our new timber frame. Don't mind the tarp, but it goes up to our new timber frame part, and then over here will be the deck. And so everything should be good to go. I got to finish the deck boards here and here. Those are loose and those are partially loose. I was just fitting them in there to see, you know, if everything was going to go a-okay and everything was going to end up being fine. But we got a new concrete step here, and yeah, let's go take a look at the ceiling. Okay, so here is the ceiling. There's the back side of the entryway, and there is the ceiling. You can see I got my joists exposed, or my rafters exposed, which these right here will get stained, and then there'll be a chandelier like right here that hangs down, and it can shine through the opening part. But this right here is tongue and groove, and I did the nickel gap, which is just a smaller gap. Those little lines right there, that's the gap. But you can also flip them over and make the gap seem a little bit bigger. But other than that, there it is. There is the ceiling. So anyways, that's what we've been busy with. We have been extremely busy, and it has taken longer than expected, which is always, you know, like I always say, any project you do there's two things that are guaranteed. One, it'll take longer than expected, and two, you'll end up spending more money than what you expected. And both of those things have definitely happened. But anyways, that's where we're at. Again, I didn't show a whole lot, and the reason why is because I've just been busy, and it's hard to get home after work and only have a couple hours to work, and then you know, try to film and do all that stuff. But we're filming this morning, so I'm going to get everything ready. I gotta get my tools ready and the whole 9 yards, and yeah, we're gonna see if we can get some deck boards on today. Okay, so check it out. Right now I just have the perimeter of the deck all done. So like all the corners are done, where all the miter cuts are going to be and all that. So yeah, I'm using the Camo Marksman Pro X1 to put these deck boards on, and it's pretty cool because it leaves the deck top without any screw heads. So like now right here on the edge, I had to do it kind of because of the way that I offset this. So I offset this right here about 1 inch, just to kind of give it that little extra little flare, you know what I mean? And so if I was to go down at an angle, it would have popped through right here, and I didn't want that. So I had to drive a couple screws up here, but I'll make that so it's not noticeable. But anyways, so like right here and here, and I'll give you all a close-up. You can see that it kind of goes in at an angle, and that's what this whole tool does. And you know, they didn't tell me to talk about this tool or anything. I just really like this tool. So I figured if you all are putting a deck together and you don't want the screw heads to be up top, you know, so water gets on them, might be something to look into. I know they have a few different models, but this is the one that I'm using. This one I like, and it's working pretty well. So the screw has, you know, threads down here. I don't know if y'all can see that, and then threads right up top to help keep it from backing out. And yeah, so let's see if we can get some more of these deck boards put on. I got very lucky because I don't have to cut any of them. It all fits in perfect, and I can use whole boards from front to back. So let's get going. So what else is pretty cool about it is, get my you know, Franken finger out of the way. But what else is pretty cool about it is it automatically sets your depth. So those little fingers right there, they make like I said, a couple different models. I think one's like a 16th inch gap, and then there's like an 1/8 inch gap, which used to be the rule of thumb was to leave a gap so water, you know, could run off your deck boards. Now I really don't have to worry about that a whole lot because I have a roof over mine. But if you had like a deck that didn't have a roof, back in the day they wanted you, you know, to take like a small nail or some type of shim and just stick in there, screw, whatever, and set your gap in between your boards so your water can run off. Now they say not to leave any gap, which, you know, makes sense because once the wood dries, it's going to form its own gap, and they say that run it tight, and by the time that it dries, the gap will be perfect and you're good to go. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense, but I'm using that, which sets it for a little bit of a gap. I mean, it's nothing huge, but you can see just enough that, you know, kind of gives it that flair. That's the word of the day, is flair. But so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to continue to run these all the way back to here. You know, I got it tucked up nice and neat underneath the door right there, so when you drop down, it's just a nice transition. It's not like a, you know, major drop. It's not even really a step, so nobody, you know, gets hurt coming in and out. But yeah, so I'm pretty much just gonna run these all the way down. As you can see right here, like I said, I'm gonna have full boards all the way down, which is pretty neat. I tried to measure it out that way, but I think more of it came out to be luck than me actually, you know, making sure that I got all my measurements correct. But it is gonna be nice because they're all full boards, which is going to be sweet. Alright, so check it out. It is later in the evening. The old sun setting over there. There we go. So yeah, didn't get as much done today as we wanted to, and I'll tell you why. Is because I ended up having a friend and some family stop by, and we hopped up on the roof and was trying to knock some of that out. And really the problem with the roof is that I'm having is where, okay, I have my gable roof part here, my A-frame part, and then my deck part runs over. Well, the problem is where I'm trying to transition from my deck roof into the garage roof. I'm just having a little bit of an issue there because of height issues. But we finally got it figured out. and tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so I got to get up there and re-tarp the roof, which I'm not excited about because I'm sick and tired of having to deal with the tarps. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to re-tarp the roof, and then hopefully the following day and the rest of the week is supposed to be nice, and then I can get up there, and I'm hoping to get all that framed in and get it get the plywood down on it, or OSB on it, and then get my ice and water barrier and my roofing paper, hopefully before the end of the weekend, because this weekend me and Cheryl go out of town, which is going to be exciting. I'm really excited to go where we're going. But anyways, yeah, let me show you all what we got done. We were going to start running them all the way down, but we ended up, because we're using full boards, just going, you know, right to left, and it works out good. So we got them all, and as you all can see, there is no screw holes anywhere up top, because we put them all in from the side, which is really, really nice. I like that look, and it's coming out really good. Now this door right here is getting changed as well. It is inside right now. I just haven't had time to change it. Hopefully though, as soon as I get the roof and the deck done, we will be on our merry way, and we will be able to change it and run some electrical and all that stuff. So anyways, anyways, right now I am going to leave y'all, and I'm going to go up and try to get the roof tarped, and we will pick up tomorrow where we left off today. So I'll see y'all tomorrow.